Greetings and welcome. This is going to be a little bit of a different video for me, but I was able to add two items that I've been wanting to add for a long time. One card and one bobblehead. I've mentioned seldomly how I collect bobbleheads, and I usually showcase them in the backgrounds of my videos. And I've wanted something like this for a while, and it finally came out this summer. Let me introduce a man who led our nation through its darkest hour, but with this bobblehead, he steps up to the plate. It is an Abraham Lincoln bobblehead of him playing baseball. And the card that I want to show is way too cool to show with this nickel and dime background. So let's take a quick trip. And it's the 1952 Topps Look and See of our 16th president, Abraham Lincoln. And what better place to showcase this card than his home in Springfield, Illinois. The Lincolns would buy this house in May of 1844 for $1,500. And they would reside here until he became president and left for Washington, D.C. Originally, it was 1.5-story home, but in between 1855 and 1856, the front was raised to a 2-story house, creating a 12-room home. Let's go see if anyone's home. And this is a photo of the house in 1860, and you can see right in the corner, Abraham Lincoln is standing, which would be exactly right there. The neighborhood has been preserved to the 1860s. So a lot of what you're seeing here, there's the Lincoln home right there, is as close to as what the Lincolns would have seen before they left for Washington. And I'm just a fan of this, just kind of a cool wagon that's located on the south side of the neighborhood. The Lincolns would live here for 17 years, and their sons Eddie, Willie, and Tad would be born in this house. Here, Abraham and Mary Lincoln's friends and neighbors gathered for Eddie's funeral in 1850. And a familiar sight would be Abraham closing his front door behind him as he walked to his law office. While living here, Lincoln would mature as a lawyer, politician, and a public figure, and where many of his political beliefs and social ideas were developed. And this would be walking up to his front door, which honestly, I think the front door is one of the coolest things with the A. Lincoln right there. And from this building in 1861, this is where Lincoln would depart for Washington, D.C., where he gave his emotional speech where he said, "To this place and the kindness of these people, I owe everything," meaning Springfield, Illinois. And Lincoln would have been on a back of a train, and this is pretty much about the last part of Springfield he would ever see. I have been looking for this card for years under a certain price point. I could have added it years ago and overpaid, or at least in my mind I would have overpaid, but I had a certain price that I thought it was worth, and it finally popped up at that price, and I jumped on it as quickly as I could. I hope you enjoyed the little tour of the Lincoln home and neighborhood. If Lincoln taught us anything, it's that words matter, and so does integrity. Thank you for watching, and enjoy your collection.